So now people in Canada know what Black Friday is, but also no one in America knows what Boxing Day is or cares. Holo Taco Boxing Day sale? I was thinking about that. Okay, actually, I'm curious. Do you guys know what Boxing Day is? I'm gonna ask the chat, just generally speaking. No idea. None of that in Dutchland. No idea. I just visit family. Please explain it to me. Never heard of it. Okay. Wow. So no one knows. That's hilarious. 80% of you don't know. Obviously, it's when Canadians box Americans. Okay, we're learning things. Ready? We are learning. What is the Boxing Day? Boxing Day is a holiday celebrated the day after Christmas with an H day, occurring on the second day of Christmas tide. I have no idea what Christmas tide is. Though it originated as a holiday to give gifts to the poor, today Boxing Day is primarily known as a shopping holiday. It originated in the UK. Really? And is celebrated in a number of countries that previously formed part of the British Empire. Boxing Day is on the 26th of December, although it can take place later. How come it doesn't say Canada? It's definitely like a Canadian thing too, right? At least Canada celebrates it. In Canada, Boxing Day is a federal statutory holiday. Government offices, banks, and postal services are closed. Yeah, so it's a former British thing, which often means that Canada follows it, kind of like how we spell things the same way. Canada does follow a lot more things that the UK does than the States when it comes to things like this. Basically, it's a holiday. My understanding of it is we growing up would treat it like the day of sales. So all the retailers in Canada would have all their sales on Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas. So a lot of people I knew growing up chose to celebrate Christmas after Christmas so they could specifically go buy presents after Christmas when things were discounted and, the sales were on, and then have Christmas on like the 28th or something. Because who actually cares about the 25th of December? I mean, some people care. Growing up, there was a lot of practical people I knew who just decided to forego the 25th and make Christmas on the 30th or something so that you could go shopping after Christmas. Yeah, so it's like Black Friday, but it's after Christmas when retailers, it actually makes sense for them to discount Christmassy or whatever related gifts because Christmas is over for most people. Growing up, I have never heard of Black Friday, and only in the last 10 years have I as a consumer noticed that the Black Friday language in marketing actually started to appear. And that's not just because it traversed its way to Canada. It's because we are now shopping on an international basis. We see things from stores that aren't just Canadian, and that applies to, whether you live in the UK or Europe, you're being advertised stuff all the time that's made or manufactured in the US. So it kind of makes sense that the predominant holidays or shopping events of the States have found themselves to other countries because of the international era of shopping on the internet. So now people in Canada know what Black Friday is, but also no one in America knows what Boxing Day is or cares. I never noticed that things were discounted on the 26th. Really? Maybe it's more common in Canada than the Europe side of things. In the US, Boxing Day is Return Gifts You Don't Want Day. So in Canada, I remember when you got a gift receipt, it would always say returns only accepted after January 10th or something, just to avoid the rush for retailers and for their customer service representatives that they can't be dealing with returns when there's a shopping craze right after Christmas. Like, it makes a lot of sense. Retailers are trying to clear out their stuff that didn't sell for Christmas. Now they can offer it at a discount. Anyone who wants to take advantage of that after Christmas can. I think it makes way more sense than Black Friday. But that's just me. Gold play button Boxing Day sale. I was trying to think, what could we do that would be a fun sale on Boxing Day for Holo Taco? Even though I know most of America, which is most of our customer base, doesn't really care or know about Boxing Day things, I thought it would just be fun to do something small. So I'm currently brainstorming on what to do, but I cannot confirm anything in case we change our mind. Yeah, it's just wild to think when I was, Christmas shopping and back in my day, there was no sales leading up to Christmas, ever. It's just not a thing. Traditionally, Black Friday was when stores had started making profit for the year, so they could start putting stuff on sale and still come out ahead for the year. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's not currently the case. Now there's just an expectation that you have to put things on sale for Black Friday if you're a retailer in an international market, whether or not you've made profit. As someone who works in retail, they are not always sales. Retailers mark up prices before the holidays and drop them back down before the holidays. Really? But like, wouldn't people notice that? I feel like people would notice, and you shouldn't do that. I mean, I know that there's some retailers who artificially do that because it works. The marketing of like something is 20% off will make people buy regardless of whether they considered the retail price being reasonable at all. Just one of the things that makes me sad about the consumer experience and, you know, commodification of our lives. But there's so much psychology in sale prices, and marketing experts know it's what works. Businesses know it's what works, but it's just kind of like sad. Some do that, price rising and drop. Some don't. Oh my God, really? Ew. Who does that? Every person should work service industry and retail to get a complete understanding of how things are. Honestly, I agree with that. I mean, I know not everyone is just going to do that just for that learning experience, but I do think for those who do or have worked in retail or service, absolutely have some kind of baseline understanding, and it really does help educate you moving forward in your life. It does teach you to understand the position of the employees if you've ever been in their shoes. So I think that is a really good reason too for people to appreciate having that experience, because you never forget it. I'll never forget standing I did like a 12-hour shift once when like you're not supposed to, but like I took someone else's shift after my shift. But yeah, you stand for hours and hours, you know, as a cashier. You have to answer and be nice to every customer who has a question for you. You have to figure out the answer if you don't know it. And you need to have a lot of patience. Working in retail does a few things for you. It makes you respect others. When you as a consumer encounter people working in retail, you understand that they deal with lots of frustrated customers all the time. You know that they may not be having the best day for reasons unrelated to their job, and now they have to be polite to you. And then the other part is you do learn a lot, even though you don't know that you're learning yet, but you just might think back about how the retailer made decisions, about the logic behind sales, about the psychology of it, about how it works with customers. I think it's interesting, and I'm glad that I spent years working at Shoppers Drug Mart to get retail experience. And then I worked for car shops for several years, which is like retail, but a different kind of retail. I've worked in the casino industry for over 15 years. Oh, I get abused daily. The tiniest bit of manners makes a huge difference in a person's day. Yeah, good point, Violet. And I hope people like carry that with them. Like, these are people who are just doing their jobs. We need more respect in this world, especially in the pandemic. Oh my God. Sometimes we go get tea made, like rarely, but occasionally for a little treat, we'll go to a local store and Ben will get tea lattes and maybe a lunch or something. And then he'll always give a big tip. Even though we're not staying there, like sometimes I think it's nice to give a tip where you can, if you can, for the workers there. And healthcare workers, obviously. I feel like I don't need to list every type of worker you should respect. Anyone you come across with who is simply doing their job to serve you. You have to understand their position is going to be stressful. They deal with people who might be upset at them every day, all day. Customer service representatives. Is there anyone who works in customer service in the chat? Oh boy. Christine, can we hear your customer service voice? I don't have one. My memory though of when I worked at Shoppers was on the PA system. It would always go, customer service, call 101, please. Customer service, call 101. And then I would have to pick it up. And then I have to be like, hello, Shoppers Drug Mart, Christine speaking. Yeah, you should just be nice to everyone anyways. Good point, procrastination. Be nice to everyone. It should be a simple thing, but unfortunately it is not a simple thing. And sometimes, occasionally, hearing someone else say that and point that out can help. You never know. Maybe like 3 people listen to this and maybe they were in a bad mood about to go order a sandwich somewhere, and now they're going to think about that and, you know, be kind. Say something nice to the person who's serving them that sandwich. That's all. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.